3, 2, 1, start. Mr. Prashant Bhushan, learned counsel, made the following submissions. There is no rational basis for the introduction of electoral bonds. The main objective of introducing the electoral bond scheme, as reflected in the article written by the then Finance Minister Mr. Arun Jaitley, was that it would enhance transparency in electoral funding, since electoral bond transactions can only be made through legitimate banking channels. However, cash donations are still permitted even after the introduction of the electoral bond scheme. The central government ignored the objections which were raised by both the RBI and the ECI to the electoral bond scheme. The statutory amendments and the electoral bond scheme, which mandates non-disclosure of information of electoral funding, are unconstitutional because they defeat the purpose of introducing provisions mandating disclosure of information on political funding in the RPA and the Companies Act, which was to enhance transparency in electoral funding. They violate Article 19(1)(a), which guarantees to the voter the right to information concerning the affairs of the public. This includes the right to information about financial contributions to political parties, have a decisive control over the formation of government and voting by members of the legislature in the Legislative Assembly. They violate Article 21 because the non-disclosure of information of political contributions promotes corruption and arrangements. The available data indicates that more than 94% of the total electoral bonds are purchased in denominations of rupees 1 crore. This indicates that bonds are purchased by corporates and not individuals. The limited disclosure clause in the electoral bond scheme prevents investigating agencies such as the Central Bureau of Investigation and Enforcement Directorate from identifying corruption. They violate the rights of shareholders of companies who are donating money to political parties by preventing disclosure of information to them. The statutory amendments and the electoral bond scheme subvert democracy and interfere with free and fair elections because the huge difference in the funds received by ruling parties in the states and center vitiates a level playing field between different parties and between parties and independent candidates. Mr. Kapil Sibbal, learned senior counsel, made the following submissions. The amendments and the electoral bond scheme eschew free and fair elections by permitting unlimited contributions to political parties by corporate entities and removing the requirement of disclosure of information about political funding. Freedom of a voter in the negative connotation refers to the freedom to cast their vote without interference and intimidation. Freedom in the positive connotation includes the freedom to vote on the basis of complete and relevant information. This includes information about financial contribution to political parties. The argument of the Union of India that courts should show judicial restraint is erroneous because the amendments in question relate to the electoral process and do not pertain to economic policy. The presumption of constitutionality should not apply to statutes which alter the ground rules of the electoral process. The principle underlying the presumption of constitutionality is that the legislature represents the will of the people and that it is validly constituted through free and fair elections. It would be paradoxical to accord a presumption of Part C constitutionality to the very laws or rules that set the conditions under which the legislature comes into being. Corporate funding per se is violative of the Constitution because corporate entities are not citizens and thus are not entitled to rights under Article 19(1)(a). The funds contributed to the electoral bond scheme can be used in any manner and their use is not restricted to electoral campaigns. The electoral bond scheme severs the link between elections and representative democracy because those elected are inclined to fulfill the wishes of the contributors and not the voters.